Fantastic morning, marvelous morning, terrific, tremendous morning. I'm going to first tell you that my name is Edwina B., known as Miss Cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. You're going to see something different today because I need to demonstrate transparency and authenticity. So, my normal introduction is different this day, and for a reason because of the topic of self honesty from the Alcoholics Anonymous daily reflection reading called Self Honesty. And normally, I would, as you will see later on, open up a little different. But because of the topic today, I was moved by the Spirit to share something with you. Now, I may step on some toes, and that is not my intent. I may rub people the wrong way, and that's truly not my intent. However, through my journey in a 12-step spiritual program of 33 plus years, I've learned a lot. Most importantly, I learned a lot about my higher power, who I choose to call God. Therefore, I learned more about Edwina through the 4-step inventory that is the first tangible exercise that we do in our 12-step program. Then I've also learned to incorporate the 5 agreements by the Ruiz family, and more recently, the transformational teachings by Dr. Sonja. And so, just to give you a little bit of history of why I am sitting before you like this time, because I want to share with you my journey to transparency and authenticity. Okay, so you are going to be surprised, maybe, embarrassed, maybe, shaken, maybe, I don't know. But before I say what I'm doing, I need to show you what I'm doing. Because most people are from Missouri, the show me state, and so am I. I recently attended a conference in Atlanta, Georgia, with about 300 plus women. Beautiful women, gorgeous women, intelligent wisdom, gifted, right? All that, the dip, the chip, and the bag that it came in. And so, as I was surrounded by these awesome women with various gifts, including the host, Dr. Sonja of P3 University. And I want y'all to look her up. I also want y'all to get involved in a 12-step spiritual program. And I definitely want you all to get the book, The 5 Agreements by the Ruiz family. Before I can do anything in my life, I need to acknowledge who I am. This is not who I am. Okay? Just hold on. There's a madness to this thing here. Okay? Yes. Mm-hmm. This is not who I am. Mm-hmm. Where you at? Mm-hmm. I got another one for you. Okay. Okay. Listen, y'all just bear with me. There's a message here, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is not who I am. Okay. And so my history, my journey to authenticity and transparency began on February the 22nd of 1990 while under a parked car. And I'm going to share with you the reason why I was underneath that parked car. I was getting high and doing all kinds of sexual favors for my stepson. Him and I were both 34 years of age. But before we got together, I was in the bathroom and I was making up myself and I was, putting on all this, right? Yeah. Right. And a 14-year addiction, right? Face all sunken in, dark circles around my eyes. But I put on the mask before he picked me up, right? And so, with my 14-year addiction as an alcoholic and a crackhead and a prostitute. Yes. I was a prostitute way before I became a drug addict and alcoholic. Why? Because I saw the same behavior as a child growing up with some of the females in my family and those that I was surrounded with, right? And so I would often see them sit for hours, putting on this, putting on that, I don't like this one. I like this one, yeah. And then, they say, I'll wear that tomorrow, right? And so then they say, well, I'll wear this today, right? Y'all get my drift, right? Right, right, the mask. And so when I saw all these beautiful, spirited women, I start scratching my head a little bit and saying, wow, I wonder what they really look like underneath all of that. I'm sure their intentions were to feel good about themselves, look presentable. I don't know. And guess what? I was able to meditate on what I was seeing. And it took me back to underneath that parked car, right? The few hours before and the few hours later, there was a total transformation. Why? Because I was indulging and getting high and performing services like a prostitute because I wanted to get one more, right? And so when I and my stepson were indulging and everything was said and done, he wanted to do harm to me and he transformed into a violent person. I transformed into a person who feared for her life, right? So as I started running, the wig came off, right? Right, where you at, right? By the time I got underneath that car, yes, all of this was gone. Yes, all of it, all of it, all of this was gone. Yeah. Mm. I only had a few teeth in my mouth. They were still there. And so underneath that parked car, all the mask was gone. And so who was and who is the real Edwina? The topic is self-honesty. As I got flashbacks from my past of being underneath the bed, playing hide and seek, or when I was afraid, I got underneath that car because of that flashback. And I believe it saved my life. Only weighed 90 pounds, face all sunken in, dark circles around my eyes, hair all short and matted. Like I said, a few teeth. The flashbacks continued. Edwina, you're 34, you're underneath a parked car. What's wrong with you? You had ambitions of being a model, an actress, a phys ed teacher. You was the class vice president. You was even a co-captain of the cheerleader team. What is wrong with you? Why are you underneath the parked car? Your parents deemed you the smartest of the 6 kids. Mm-hmm. Your classmates voted you as one to most likely to succeed. What's wrong with you? Mm-hmm. The self-loathing, the hatred, the remorse, the disgust, the embarrassment, the hopelessness, the helplessness, the degrading, the humiliation. I felt all of those. Then I remembered when I was 23 years old. As a prostitute, I had an abortion. Yes, I consider that murder. And once I had that procedure done, I said, whatever happens to me, I deserve. So yes, I've been raped several times, passed around like a bucket, spit on, called all kinds of names. I robbed dead bodies. I stepped over dead bodies. I saw them stacked up in the basement, manipulating the little teenagers who wanted to be drug dealers. But the drug dealers made an example out of them. I jumped in and out of cars, turning tricks. I jumped out of buildings trying to save my life. I even fell off a roof after climbing in my children's house because I wanted to go eat. But they came back too early. I had to get out the same way I came in and fell off the roof. I broke into my sister's house while she was out of town just to get items to sell. The flashbacks. I even tried to commit suicide several times. So, when I say the mask must go, and the mask was gone, somewhere deep inside of me, I believe the creator, whoever he is and was at that time, in my thinking, I said, whoever they say you are, take me out this life now or show me a better way. Show me a better way or take me out. I could not be more transparent and authentic as I could have been right then and right there. I was done. Do you hear me? All the mask was gone. And all what was left was this spirit of mine crying out for help. Help me. Help me. Help me. Take me out or show me a better way. Voila. And he did. And these are tears of joy because unknowingly to me, I was on the road to be setting free. From recovery, emerge enlightened. From recovery, emerge empowered to give hope to others, help others prosper equally. So you see why this time I opened up a little differently. And now I can say those words. Rise, shine, give God the glory, glory, rise, shine. Give God the glory, glory, rise, shine. Give God the glory, glory, soldiers of the Lord. You see why I didn't need none of that. I was stripped of that. It all had to go. And the same analogy applied to those inner issues that I was trying to conceal. The real Edwina, who I didn't even know existed. All the masks that I wore for this person, that situation, I was a slave. I did not know about self-honesty. Why? Because the 12 spiritual principles and the 5 agreements by the Ruiz family and the transformational teachings by Dr. Sonja helped me to go inside and say, it is not about this. It's about the spirit within. Donald Lawrence says we are not natural beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings living and walking this natural journey on earth called life. And so, yes, I am not a prostitute, I don't need all of that. No, God loves me just the way I am and just the way I was underneath that parked car. And so I practice on a daily basis discovering who I really am. And so I can do this, y'all. This is my natural hair, right? Yes, huh? This is what I do every morning, right? This is my natural hair, and I don't need the wigs. I don't need the makeup, right? And the only reason why, and I take this brush and I do like that, right? And I put these in to articulate and pronunciate a little better. Uh-huh. You see, voila, voila. Aren't I beautiful just the way I am? Because guess what? When we go to bed at night, all that stuff comes off. And so when I'm in public, I have to be a different way. Why? Because I want to what? What? Make you think that I'm that, what? No, no, no. I want you to see me just the way I am because I'm going to be the same out there as I am in here. Why? Because it's an inside job. I'm not saying we can't, look, you know what I mean. Huh? You know exactly what I mean. And that's why I want to invite you to my free virtual presentation on Thursday, April the 20th and the 27th, so I can share with you how I was able to utilize these spiritual principles, wisdom, right, awakenings, experiences, transformation to achieve a psychic change, to find out who Edwina really is. And through all of those, I found out that there was nothing wrong with me, but there was a lot that happened to me. And therefore, I had to go through the journey of becoming transparent and authentic. I love me today. I respect me today. I honor me today. Why? Because my God, who I now know is a loving, caring God, who loves me just the way I am, just the way I am. And he delivered me from underneath that parked car to prepare me to be sitting here before you today. Yes. So no longer an alcoholic, a drug addict, a prostitute. I'm now getting my doctorate in biblical studies just to learn more about the God who delivered me and prepared me from underneath the parked car. Yes, I have a master's degree now. I wrote a employee assistance program training manual to help people keep their jobs. I have a TV talk show for the last 32 plus years called Choosing a New Way of Life. I am an actress and a walk runway model, but in the realm of addiction and recovery because of the co-occurring disorders of mental illness and chemical dependency, utilizing these spiritual principles and the willingness to be true to myself. To thy own self be true. No more this, no more that, no more this, no more that. No, accept me just the way I am. And that's why I can be in all those forms and take out these teeth. I'll put on the wigs and the makeup, but guess what? When the spirit hits me, who do you believe? The one that was all made up or the one who is just like they are? All right, so he chose me today. He chose you today. And we need to make the best of it. So let's dive into the topic of self-honesty. Okay. All right. So okay, I got 11 minutes. Whew, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. All right, so today's topic, okay, let's move that, is April the 18th. My perspective on the AA Daily Reflections, self-honesty. I can't wait to see what it says. All right, I will be incorporating the 5 agreements by the Ruiz family in Transformational Teachings by Dr. Sonja. So again, I did all of that for me to confirm and to validate that I am great just the way I am, and I don't need to put on any mask for anybody. If anything, I should present the fruit of the Spirit. And that's what I'm doing. Showing you, sharing with you the real me. And it's not the physical, it's the spirit within. All right, so let's dive into this, okay? So let's do this. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so here it says, okay, let me move this out the way. All right. The deception of others is nearly always rooted in the deception of ourselves. When we are honest with another person, it confirms that we have been honest with ourselves and with God. As Bill sees it, page 17, the person in recovery shares their perspective. When I was drinking, I deceived myself about reality, rewriting it to what I wanted it to be. Deceiving others is a character defect, even if it is just stretching the truth a bit or cleaning up my motives so others would think well of me. My higher power can remove these character defects, but first I have to help myself become willing to receive that help by not practicing deception. I need to remember each day that deceiving myself about myself is setting myself up for failure or disappointment in life and in Alcoholics Anonymous. A close, honest relationship with a higher power is the only solid foundation I have found for honesty with self and with others. I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited, right? That when I read and dissect and embrace and internalize and evaluate, conduct surgeries on each and every word, the spirit awakens even the more. And so let's dissect this bad boy. All right, so here it goes. Okay, it says the deception of others is nearly always rooted in the deception of ourselves. The deceptions, right? Let me quote: the deceptions of others is nearly always rooted in the deception of ourselves. So we saw deception all through our lives. The Ruiz family calls it domestication. Where those attitudes, ideas, behaviors, belief systems were first formulated during our childhood. And that's why the inventory is so vital, because we will see how those character defects perpetuated themselves even up until now. And why, for me, the masks must go. Because if I remove the physical mask, then I am likely and more determined to identify those things that I've been trying to conceal that needs to be revealed in order for me to heal. I have no secrets. I am not afraid to ask the questions. The Ruiz family say, be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make any assumptions. Always do your best. And be skeptical, but learn to listen. Or y'all listening today, not with your physical ears, but your spiritual ears. Not looking at it in your physical eyes, but your spiritual eyes. Do you feel me? Do you feel me? I no longer want to be deceived by my own illusions. All right, so he goes on to say, right, when we are honest with another person, it confirms that we have been honest with ourselves and with God. It's amazing. When we are honest with others, it is saying that we can be honest with ourselves and honest with God. So when you look at the mask, is that being honest? When we put on, Am I being honest with others? Am I? Am I being honest with them? I go before them in public a different way. And I'm going to tell you, because I'll tell you the truth. When I put on that, and it may be about confidence, I don't know, but majority of the time, it's an aura that's fake, pretentious, right? And then I want the world to believe that this is how I woke up that morning. This is what? No, 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 not for me. Not for me. I've learned that those PBDs, people pleasing diseases, only makes me sick and sicker and can lead me back to a drink or a drug and even prostitution. Hell to the no. No. So when I go out the way I woke up. None of this, right? No hair, no, 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 no. If anything, this is my crown, right? And what little bit of makeup I put on represents my culture and my heritage. I have the real reason for doing it. It represents my tradition. I am a queen. Yes. And so it's not so much as the act, but the thought behind the act. Okay? All right, so I practice, right? Going out. wait. I got to share this with you, right? So listen, as a prostitute, we wear all this stuff, right? And we attract this person and we attract that person. And when we get to where we going and we do what we do, right? After a while, the makeup is smeared, the wig is either half or off, right? The dentures come out, and the person looks at you and say, "What the hell? You mean to tell me?" Now it's amazing with men. They don't have the makeup, right? Not usually, you know what I mean? And so what you see most of the time is what you get and who they are, but not with us females, and it has to do with domestication. Yes, okay. And so it's amazing how now when I go out like this, I still get compliments, right? And because they're looking at the physical, right? And then when they come up to me and they say, "Well, how you doing? You got such a pretty smile." I say, "Thank you. Thank you." He said, you are gorgeous." I say, "Thank you. Thank you." Okay. And then I said, "Well, hold on a second. Am I still gorgeous? Am I still gorgeous? Am I still gorgeous? I believe I am. I know I am. And so does my God. Oh, I love it. And then I'll say something like, "Don't let the mask fool you." I tell you, I love being transparent. All right, so let's go back into what it was saying. I got what I got. Oh, a couple minutes. I got to run my meeting. Okay, let's see. Then it says, when I was drinking, I deceived myself about reality, rewriting it to what I wanted it to be. Deceiving others is a character defect, even if it is just stretching the truth a bit or cleaning up my motive so others would think well of me. See, I remember as a child growing up in my family, watching the adults playing house, playing like I'm on stage, and putting all these masks on. That's where it started from, wanting to be like them, right? And so as time went on, keeping up that facade became a lot of work. And so during my addiction, I would go in the bathroom. I got the thought of getting high, getting drunk, going on the street, right? And I felt like I was Alexis Kobe, right? Put on the makeup, the hair, put on the fine clothes and everything. And I got the attitude in my mind that I'm all that. Only weighing 90 pounds, right? Really face all sunken, but I piled the makeup on, right? But yeah, put some stuff in here because these was like little you. Yeah, and so I had the thought, I had the physical appearance, I had the mentality that I was going to go out and conquer the drug field. Right, yeah. By the time everything was said and done, I came back oftentimes like Cinderella after 12 o'clock. No makeup, no wigs, somebody else's clothes on, no shoes, no undies. How about that? Told you I'm transparent and authentic. So that deception, I wasn't deceiving anybody but myself. Okay, 7 o'clock. I gotta go. All right. So now it says here, right? My higher power can remove these character defects, but first I have to help myself become willing to receive that help by not practicing deception. Underneath that parked car, I couldn't do it no more. I couldn't. Cats and dogs go underneath a car, not human beings, but I couldn't live a second more of that vicious cycle. I was done. That was my knee bowing experience that forced me to confess that he is, and I don't even know you, but help me. Help me. So I remember that morning as if it was this morning at 3 o'clock. But on February the 23rd of 2023, we celebrated 33 years in this process called spiritual recovery, where I have been set free from recovery, emerge empowered, from recovery, emerge enlightened to give hope to others, help others prosper equally. All right. All right. So wait a minute. I'm just going to take another minute. All right. And then okay. Uh-huh. I need to remember each day that deceiving myself about myself is setting myself up for failure or disappointment in life and in Alcoholics Anonymous. Listen, if y'all ever come to one of my meetings, open meetings or closed meeting, if you're alcoholic in recovery, I tells on myself. Oh yes, I do. I have no secrets. I listen. They'll let you know Edwina will tell on herself. Why? Because I'm not giving anything or anybody that much power ever again to allow me to be removed where God has placed me. And more importantly, to go back to drinking underneath that parked car. Oh, hell no. No, I will not. Under no circumstances, as much as I love my grandkids, not even them can make me go back to drinking. Hell no. So I must continue to keep the mask off and be true to myself. All right. Wait. Okay. And then the last thing it says, a close, honest relationship with a higher power is the only solid foundation I've found for honesty with self and with others. Oh, can't you tell? Oh my God. Can't you tell? Can't you tell? This relationship that I have with my higher power and the information that's spiritual in nature from the 12-step spiritual program within a spiritual fellowship, now incorporating the 5 agreements by the Ruiz family, and most recently the transformational teachings by Dr. Sonja. I'm on fire. I don't represent any of them. I represent the God who met me, delivered me, and prepared me from underneath that parked car. So the mask must go. And I use that at times in my previous podcast, like I did this morning, but in a different way, to show you that self-deceiving yourself and others is a character defect. I want to build my character. I want to be transparent and authentic as best as I can. Why? Because it's not about pleasing you. If anything, it can help you. It's about pleasing my God. Yes. So join me on April the 20th and the 27th as I share with you an orientation on building the foundation of becoming transparent and authentic. Set yourself free so that you can be free to do any and all things that our Creator has destined for you. If it is His will that we are reunited tomorrow, I'll be here, and I hope you will be too. Be blessed.